is not in the yard, so we're going to go to number 2, and number 2 is gold plated at $81. He almost looks like a Palomino. This horse looks like Mr. Ed.
He's a really interesting looking horse, isn't he, Sam? Unfortunately, he hasn't run up to those looks in his 2 starts last preparation. He'd need to improve on those. The betting's probably not suggesting he can either. He's $81 on track.
Number 3 in the family is $4.20, and in the family is good return from this bloke. First up.
Was a great return. He was great on debut as well, behind More Radiant, multiple city winner, and then struggled for the remainder of that first preparation. As we just said, he returned with a great first up run at Benalla, and assuming he improves from that, having that run under his belt and doesn't go backwards like he did last preparation, then he's right among the key chances here today.
Number 4 is Irish Ransom at $31, and still looking for that first win, this horse, at start 22 today, but we have seen it happen before today.
Yeah, start 24 with Ferraro in the opening race. First up after 13 weeks here today, Irish Ransom. Well exposed, obviously, having had those 21 starts, and I think we'll need a little bit further to be considered a winning chance.
Number 5 is Rocket Tommy, and I have a nephew who is a little rocket, and his name is Tommy. Now, this horse is going to be ridden further back in the field. Rocket Tommy is $7 out to $8.
Change of tactics there, key for him, as you just touched on, Sam. First up after 13 weeks as well. The best of his 3 runs last preparation would give him some sort of a chance here. I'd just prefer to see him, though, today before tipping him, and there's no lead in the ring yet either.
Number 6, Society Tycoon at $31, and he's been well back at both runs.
First up after 22 weeks, yeah, was well beaten in both of those starts last preparation. Might just be a better winning chance when he gets over a bit further. No guide from in the ring either with him. First up here today.
Number 7, Eramosa, is $10 into $8.50, back out to $9. First starter by Alamosa.
Yeah, $75,000 purchase from the 2014 New Zealand Ready to Run sale. A little bit of support there's a positive. 10 into $8.50, just back out to 9. Still suggests he could probably run well here on debut.
Number 8, Robertson Key, is $4 out to $4.20 and now into $3.30. And this horse, he should be going better this time round, you would think.
Well, it was no match for Just One Moment on debut to Chuka, but she looks well above average based on the rest of her form. She was just beaten by Greddington one day at Warrnambool. He was then sent straight to the paddock after finishing last on a soft track at Morphettville. I wasn't really taken by his recent barrier trial at Echuca, but it'd be no surprise if he was right here in the finish based on that first preparation. His race form was very good, so I think we can go off that rather than the trial and the fact that he's been really well backed here on course 420 into 330.
The big G, bless him, Greddington. Number 10, Lady Rosenveld, is $31, 5-year-old mare in for her second racing preparation.
Yeah, first up after nearly a year on the sidelines. Didn't beat a runner home in 2 starts last preparation.
And number 11, Out of Mind, is $7. Was okay last start here at Wang.
Yeah, had excuses in both of her first 2 starts at Swan Hill. Was then very good last start here at Wangararatta in what I thought was a strong maiden, where she over-raced a bit early with the blinkers on for the first time and was caught wide on the speed but wasn't beaten far at all. The form has already stood up out of the race with the likes of All About Rhythm running second at Caulfield, Newstone Rock running well again, and she looks one of the leading contenders here for mine and probably great value.
Number 12 is Why We Do It, and it is at $12. Why we do it? We do it because we love coming to Wangararatta.
It's a nice part of the world, Sam. She's obviously pretty well exposed, having had the 17 starts, and she hasn't been far away in weaker maidens at her past 2 starts. Does have a number of runs throughout the career. It would put her somewhere in the mix here.
Number 13 is Caddy Cat for the Paddy Payne stable. Looks as though she can be hard to beat here.
First up after 22 weeks. If you ignore her last start where she pulled up distress and was sent for a spell, then the rest of her form's good enough to certainly consider her among the chances here. The betting, she's been 6 out to 750, so not overly keen in the ring about her chances, and they were betting much shorter odds. She's just continued to drift since the markets first opened.
Number 15 is Norseca at $13 and had a second here at the track. And the Archard stable is flying at the moment.
First up after 43 weeks. Her best run was here at weighing over 1,400, and she did look good winning a recent Chachura trial, but I think she'd need to improve off her race form.
Number 7, Eramosa, is being a little bit tricky here out on track, and she's just getting up on top of the running rail outside, or the outside fence.
I think it might be the 1, G'day Blue, is it?
Sorry, it is the 1. Yeah, I thought it was 7. Yeah, G'day Blue is just being a bit of a cockroach. Now, number 16, Billy's Mistress. And Billy's Mistress is, now it's on its way. The number 1, G'day Blue, but 16, Billy's Mistress is at $41. Probably didn't want to be Billy's wife if you were his mistress.
Debuts for the new stable after 8 weeks off. She'd need to improve on what she's shown in 4 starts for the old stable.
And
G'day Blue, who we see on screen there. So
yeah, that was
the other one. Resuming for the new stable after more than a year off, more than 2 years off, I should say. Need to improve on what he showed in those 3 runs in 2013. Obviously feeling pretty fresh in himself there, Sam, after those couple of years off the scene. The betting's not so